Have you ever noticed that certain people seem to defy the natural aging process? They possess a quality that goes beyond what conventional skincare or cosmetic procedures could achieve. There is something fundamentally different about how they carry themselves, how their faces reflect light, and how their eyes convey depth and wisdom. These individuals often appear years younger than their actual chronological age. What separates them from others who struggle with visible signs of aging? The answer lies not in expensive creams or surgical interventions, but in something far more profound: spiritual awakening. Carl Jung, the pioneering Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, dedicated much of his career to understanding the human psyche and the journey toward wholeness that he called individuation. Jung believed that the physical body and the mind were not separate entities, but intimately connected expressions of the same underlying consciousness. He observed that individuals who engaged in deep psychological and spiritual work showed remarkable transformations, not just in their mental and emotional states, but also in their physical appearance. Jung noted that people undergoing genuine spiritual transformation seemed to shed years from their physical presentation, as if the burden of psychological conflict was literally weighing them down before being released. The connection between inner spiritual development and outward physical appearance is not merely a matter of belief or imagination. There are genuine physiological mechanisms at work that explain why spiritually awakened individuals often look noticeably younger than their peers. The human body is not a static structure, but a dynamic system that responds continuously to our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and spiritual states. When someone embarks on a genuine spiritual awakening, they initiate a cascade of physiological changes that literally reshape their appearance from the inside out. One of the most significant mechanisms through which spiritual awakening affects appearance is through the reduction of chronic stress and cortisol levels. Chronic stress accelerates virtually every aspect of the aging process. When a person remains in a state of psychological anxiety, fear, or emotional turmoil, their body continuously produces elevated levels of cortisol and other stress hormones. These hormones trigger inflammation throughout the body, accelerate the breakdown of collagen in the skin, suppress the immune system, and promote the accumulation of cellular damage. Over years and decades, this chronic stress literally etches itself into the face and body. A person living in constant psychological distress develops pronounced wrinkles, sagging skin, gray hair, and a general appearance of fatigue and depletion. Spiritually awakened individuals, by contrast, have typically resolved much of their internal conflict and psychological resistance. Through meditation, contemplative practices, and genuine inner work, they learn to release the grip that fear and anxiety have had on their nervous systems. This shift is not temporary or superficial. It represents a fundamental reorganization of how their nervous system functions. When a person achieves genuine spiritual awakening, their autonomic nervous system shifts from a state of chronic activation toward parasympathetic dominance. The parasympathetic nervous system is sometimes called the rest and digest system because it activates when we are calm, safe, and at peace. When someone lives predominantly in parasympathetic activation, their body produces significantly lower levels of cortisol and stress hormones. This reduced stress hormone production has profound effects on appearance. Chronic inflammation diminishes. The skin becomes clearer and more radiant because the inflammatory processes that create blemishes and discoloration are reduced. Collagen production increases because the body is no longer in a state of constant resource depletion. The face loses the tense, drawn quality that characterizes chronic stress. The eyes become brighter because the person is sleeping better and their nervous system is genuinely rested rather than merely lying dormant while internally activated. Beyond the nervous system, spiritual awakening affects appearance through its influence on hormonal balance and immune function. Jung recognized that psychological wholeness was not merely a mental phenomenon, but manifested throughout the entire organism. When someone engages in genuine spiritual work and achieves greater integration of their psyche, their endocrine system becomes better regulated. Hormone levels stabilize. Growth hormone production, which is essential for maintaining youthful skin elasticity and tissue repair, increases during deep restorative sleep, which spiritually awakened people tend to experience more consistently. Carl Jung also emphasized the importance of shadow integration in the process of spiritual awakening. The shadow, according to Jungian psychology, consists of all the aspects of ourselves that we reject, deny, or refuse to acknowledge. These rejected aspects do not disappear when we deny them. Instead, they become internalized and create psychological tension and conflict. This internal conflict literally manifests in the physical body through tension in the facial muscles, tightness in the jaw, and a general brittleness in how a person carries themselves. Spiritual awakening also affects appearance through its influence on self-perception and self-concept. Our beliefs about ourselves profoundly shape how our faces and bodies present themselves. Someone who believes they are unworthy or fundamentally flawed will carry this belief in their face and posture. Their expression will be defensive. Their shoulders will be pulled inward. As someone undergoes spiritual awakening, their self-perception transforms fundamentally. They come to understand their intrinsic worth and dignity. They recognize themselves as part of something larger than their individual ego. This transformation of self-perception creates immediate changes in facial expression and body language. The person stands taller because they carry their body with greater dignity. Their facial expression becomes more open and receptive because they are no longer defending against perceived threats to their self-worth. Their eyes convey a sense of peace and acceptance because they have resolved much of their internal conflict about who they are. These subtle changes in expression and body language can make someone appear a decade or more younger than they actually are. Additionally, spiritual awakening typically involves developing a clearer sense of purpose and meaning in life. This sense of purpose is extraordinarily powerful in terms of its effects on aging. Research has consistently demonstrated that people who feel their lives have meaning and purpose age more slowly and maintain better health and appearance than those who feel their lives lack direction or significance. The eyes become brighter because the person is no longer looking at the world through the lens of fear and resentment. Spiritual awakening also tends to improve diet and lifestyle choices naturally without requiring force of willpower. As someone becomes more spiritually aware, they develop greater sensitivity to how different substances and activities affect their body and consciousness. They naturally gravitate toward foods that support their health and energy. The role of genuine peace and acceptance in creating youthful appearance cannot be overstated. One of the most common characteristics of spiritually awakened individuals is a profound acceptance of reality as it is. They have stopped fighting against what is and have surrendered to what has always been true. Carl Jung also recognized that spiritual awakening involves developing a relationship with the transcendent or the sacred, however that is understood by the individual. This relationship with something greater than oneself creates a sense of connection and belonging that is profoundly rejuvenating. The phenomenon of spiritually awakened people appearing younger also reflects something less tangible, but equally important: presence. Spiritual awakening involves developing the capacity to be fully present in the moment, rather than being mentally absent or caught in rumination about the past or anxiety about the future. It is worth noting that the relationship between spiritual awakening and youthful appearance is not about vanity or superficiality. Rather, it reflects the truth that consciousness and matter are intimately interconnected. How we are internally manifests externally. When someone truly awakens spiritually, their entire being reorganizes around a new center of gravity. This reorganization manifests in every aspect of their life, including their physical appearance. The youthfulness that radiates from spiritually awakened people is the authentic expression of a human being who has found genuine peace, purpose, and wholeness.